chalk up more wins this season.
Well, great for him to be back to 100% after experiencing some back spasms a couple of weeks back. He's going up against a tough Bataan squad today. Now, the Risers, in their previous game, it was against Zamboanga, and they were dominated by the Marcelino twins and company, lost by 19.
Well, you know, they were just really unlucky to face a Zamboanga squad that wanted to bounce back after a loss to Manila. So really, Zamboanga was out here to dominate this match, and the numbers show it on your screens. A 78-59 victory. All the departments dominated by Zamboanga in that game.
Now, in that match, there was one guy who went down because he got a cut in the head. He collided with JV Marcelino. But he's back in action, leading the way for Bataan. James Castro, number 10 in the league in points per game at 14.9, and he has also distributed the ball very well for Bataan.
Well, parang wala nangyari kung titingnan mo yung itsura ni James Castro, but still was able to end up with 20 points. He actually came back after going down with that head injury. And you know, that really speaks a lot to the way James Castro is made up. Really a tough nut to crack.
James Castro has been well used by Bataan in this season. Number 3 in the league in minutes, almost 31 per ball game. They're gonna need him to perform very well again tonight on their home court. It is Bataan versus Muntinlupa as we turn you over to Richard Tapos.
Excitement hits up, bringing you tonight's main game. Muntinlupa versus your One Bataan Risers. Here at Kamalik Sports Center, Orion, Bataan. This is the OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl fourth season, presented by Extreme. Let's carry on first. The starting lineup for Muntinlupa Cagers. Starting at guard number 8, Tomark Matiliano. Power forward number 10, Eugene Madera. Playing center number 14, Ivan Villanueva. One guard number 22, Puroy Cantimbuhan. Forward number 31, B-Boy Engio. Muntinlupa Cagers is led by Jules Hidalgo. His assistants are Vinci Salvador and Jason Libunao. Team managers Tristan Tahan. The starting five for your One Bataan Risers, Kamayang Coast. Starting at guard number 1, Ron Lastimosa. Power forward number 4, Jetro Sombero. And the other forward number 12 from Orani, Bataan, Dante Baguio. One guard number 14 from Dinalupihan, Kid Sungguad. Coming in at center number 16, also from Orani, RB Bringas. One Bataan Risers Kamaya Coast head coach is Frederick Francisco. Assistant coaches Randy Rodriguez, Miko Dantan, and Raycon Kabigting. LGU
Your starters for Muntinlupa versus Bataan, Tomark Matiliano, John Cantimbuhan, Ivan Villanueva, Mark Madera, and B-Boy Engio for the visiting squad. And then for Bataan, Ron Lastimosa, Kit Sungguad, RB Bringas, Jethro Sombero, and Dante Baguio. 3 homegrowns in Bringas, Baguio, and Sungguad. And as we know, this Bataan team is known for having a lot of homegrowns playing for their squad. Only 3 players who are not locals here in Bataan. Again, we thank you for joining us. Biggs Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Sheila Salaysay. Your third game in the Orion Sports Complex for your MPBL Friday, and Ivan Villanueva scores the first 2 points.
Oh, this is something that they have not been able to do every game, is to have a good start, and Ivan Villanueva showing the way, getting the first 2 points for the Cagers.
Dante Baguio could not answer back. Had some good flashes in their previous outing with Baguio. Here's Matiliano, too strong on the shot. Rebound Villanueva. Again, Muntinlupa highly motivated because they have lost 5 straight here in the MPBL. Bataan on the other end, they have also lost back-to-back games. Right now, it's John Contimbuhan making a basket and one.
Oh, this is one guy who wants to bounce back from a subpar performance. Although he did finish with 14 points in that game against Valenzuela, he struggled greatly in that game. The Valenzuela defense limiting him to only 37.5 field goal shooting, 6 out of 16 from the field. And most of those baskets came, you know, in times where they really weren't matter anymore.
John Contimbuhan with the loss of Argel Mendoza because of an MCL injury. He has gotten so much playing time here para sa Muntinlupa. He's up to 29.5 minutes per ball game. Sugwad will miss. Rebound belongs to Engyo. It's a different vibe always when we play in Bataan because you know how passionate the crowd is. And they're also getting ready for their newly renovated Bataan People's Center that will be available in a couple of weeks' time. But right now, their home is the Orion Sports Complex, which is obviously a place where we have found home already here in the Mpbl. We have seen overtime games, a lot of exciting action to the delight of the people here in Bataan. Villanueva taking a lot of time. And he finally decides to fire and he scores.
Well, patience working there para kay Ivan Villanueva. Really sized up RV Bringas. Held the ball for more than 5 seconds there.
So what are your thoughts with that matchup between Villanueva and Bringas?
That's a very interesting matchup. Same body type, but obviously Ivan Villanueva, the smaller player in that position. But knowing Ivan, nalaban at nalaban yan.
Miss on the layup para kay John Contimbuhan. Bataan is still scoreless here. Sombero for the layup.
Well, one thing we can note also makes James Castro, their leading scorer, not in the starting 5 here para kay Coach Francisco.
Well, maybe that cut in the head has something to do with that. We're gonna hear from Sheila Salaysay later on as B-Boy Engyo is fouled on the drive.
Cristorado also not in the starting lineup. He usually starts at point guard, and when he does it, it's Gilmer De La Torre. So a really different set of starters para kay Coach F. Francisco, as you see that drive by Sombero getting the first 2 points on the board for the Risers.
Beautiful start here for Muntinlupa. And speaking of the Cagers, mayroong report po si Sheila Salaysay tungkol sa kanila.
As the Cagers attempt to end their losing streak, Coach Jules' reminder to the team is to retain the positive things they do in the court and try to maintain until the end. Doblehin pa ang sipag lalo na sa game na ito dahil mas bata at mas mabibilis ang mga kalaban nila. As they continue to seek the formula to overcome their challenges, he's looking at Mantilla and Boleda, Villanueva to help the young ones and to step up for the team para tapatan o higitan ang intensity ng Bataan sa larong ito. Megs and Abby?
Thank you, Sheila. You know what? It's going to be very interesting as to what the involvement will be para kay Mac Montilla, who obviously hasn't seen action in this season because of an injury. You can hear the crowd roar here in Bataan. And finally, a basket coming in.
Not giving up in that possession, getting 3 tries at the basket and being egged on by the crowd. See it once again. Second miss. Here's the third try. Lastimosa finally getting the bounce on the deuce and now has the opportunity for one more at the line.
Ron Lastimosa, one of the 3 players who are not homegrowns para sa Bataan Risers, able to contribute very well. He had a game-winning basket earlier in the season for the Risers. A former member of the Pasay Voyagers as well is Ron Lastimosa. Lead cut down to 4. Over 3 minutes gone by. Steal, Dante Baguio. One guy to beat. Baguio soars for 2.
Oh, really living up to their moniker. Dante Baguio rising and finishing. What an impressive basket galing sa kanya.
Dante Baguio getting a spot at the upper part of that 2-3 zone. But obviously he can run and he can fly. Ball tapped away. It will remain with Muntinlupa. Contimbuhan inside. Lot of hands 8 on the shot clock. Villanueva down to 5, turning around. That's too strong. And a foul. That's a push against Lastimosa.
Oh, poor decision on the side of Bataan to give up that foul. That basket did not hit the ring. And there was 2 seconds remaining on the 24 para sa Muntinlupa. Bataan could have forced a shot clock violation, but instead, Muntinlupa will throw it in from the baseline.
John Cantimbuhan will do the honors. Here's Domark Matiliano, almost 20 points per ball game to lead the Mpbl, putting in that basketball for 3.
And we were talking about the Migs at before this game, the lack of 3-point shooting para sa kanilang koponan. But this guy, Domark Matiliano, obviously one of their best 3-point shooters, if not the best.
Yes, he is the best for Muntinlupa and number 8 in the league in 3-point mix at 2.5 per ball game. Now it's his time to pass the basketball to John Cantimbuhan, and they extend the lead to 7 points here with 5:43 remaining in the first frame.
Oh, these guys obviously have an axe to grind. Not just because it's particularly Bataan, but they have to chalk up the wins right here, right now.
This timeout is brought to you by Embassy Whiskey. Chill muna tayo at chill nga muna tayo dahil maaga pa sa ating laro. 5:43 remaining in the first frame. Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Today we come to you live from the Orion Sports Complex, all the way from Bataan, where Harold Arboleda and the rest of the Muntinlupa Cagers have built a 7-point lead so far in the first. Happy, let's break down the numbers.
You see here the points scored and the points allowed. Itong Bataan, they played in a lot of close calls throughout this season. While itong Muntinlupa naman, the problems have been on the defensive end and they have not been producing a lot offensively. And I'm sure Coach Jules Hidalgo, he wants to improve their output in that department, only scoring 67.8 points per ball game. That's very lowly compared to allowing 81 points per ball game sa iyong mga opponents. Both teams not really good rebounding teams compared to the other squads in the league, but Bataan playing more as a team with 20.6 assists compared to just 16.1 para sa Cagers. Bench points, you know, both of these teams parehong mga top heavy itong mga kupunan na ito.
Now, it's important to remember as well for Muntinlupa that they have been dealing with injuries all season long. They lost Argel Mendoza early in the season because of that MCL injury kung saan nagkatamaan sila ni Andretti Stevens. And then, some injuries as well happening to even their top scorer, Domark Matiliano. I think Harold Arboleda also had an injury, but they're still able to play. If you actually look at Arboleda right now, he's wearing some sort of support sa kanyang right shoulder. Maybe we can hear from Sheila later on about that. But right now, they're off to a good start, Javi. Ano ang nakita mo so far from Muntinlupa that allowed them to have a 7-point lead?
Well, they're taking advantage of the opportunities being given to them by the defense. Ivan Villanueva has had some baskets and they have been pushing the pace every time that they get. This is very important para sa kanila because Bataan, obviously the taller team compared to them. So every time they get a chance to run in transition, which has been their strength as shown by guys like Cantimbuhan and Matiliano, very important that they capitalize on those attempts.
This game, by the way, follows 2 victories for your Mpbl Friday. Earlier today, Quezon City, they were able to outlast Caloocan, and then Bacoor dominating against the Manila Stars, who only had 8 players available on the roster. RP bring us inside, basket and one.
I've been waiting for this. RV Bringas, I believe this is his first touch of the basketball in this game. And right away attacks Arboleda, who just came off the bench. Offensive rebound and the putback for the former LaSalle Green Archer in FEU Tamaraw.
You know, as much as we already know that he is a veteran in RB Bringas, one might argue that this is also a coming out season for him in the Mpbl, especially that he's feeling more motivation playing for his home crowd, and he's been delivering big numbers para sa Bataan. As you take a look at Muntinlupa running out of space here, that's Justin Alano. Bringas in the previous game had 17 big points. Could not convert that time around. One more chance here for Bataan. Lastimosa. That's short. Rebound Alano.
And yeah, Mix, to your point, this is a breakout season para kay RV Bringas because he has been playing spectacular basketball. And you know, in previous seasons, as the three-pointer is made by B-Boy Engyo, you know, he has kind of fallen out of the limelight itong si RV Bringas. And right now, binibigyan niya ulit ng pansin yung kanyang sarili, able to whip himself back into game shape, and expect na going into deeper into this season, mas gaganda pa ang kondisyon ni RV Bringas.
Here he is once again. RB Bringas for 2 more points. Now, we should mention he is the #1 offensive rebounder in the league, averaging 4.5 per ball game.
Not surprised right there, as he has really been make do on giving good position para sa kanyang mga rebounds. He always has a good nose for the ball. Ito si RB Bringas, high school pa lamang.
And he had 7 boards as well in the previous outing. He's one of those guys wherein he's in the top 10 in offensive rebounding, but not necessarily in overall rebounding. Now some substitutions. James Castro finally checking in alongside Gio Espuelas. Gilmer De La Torre as well. At para naman sa Muntinlupa, they have Coy Alves checking in to join Justin Alano, Harold Arboleda, alongside Vincent Alba and John Quito.
Ang makikita mo, Mix, itong adjustment na ginagawa ni Coach F. Francisco, bringing in his top offensive players off the bench in James Castro, Gilmer De La Torre, and Gio Espuelas, because they only had 11 bench points to show for in that game against Zamboanga, who had 52. Obviously, that squad, the top bench point scorer in the league, led by the Marcelino twins.
Coy Alves making a basket here. Muntinlupa still at it with this wonderful start, 19-11, under 4 minutes remaining in the opening frame. Castro is still against this zone. Espuelas, that's his shot. Could not get it to go. Bringas again, and he will go to the line.
Is that his 3rd or 4th offensive rebound already of this game? Nakakarami na itong si RV Bringas. The total of 1 match for other players, he has already done it in the first quarter alone.
Bringas at the line has a chance to trim the lead down to 6 points. You know, Bringas actually had 4 steals as well in the previous outing against Zamboanga. 8 out of 15 shooting para sa kanya. Started slow, came alive as they were manufacturing this comeback in the second half. Unfortunately, as soon as James Castro went down, and actually one of their veterans as well was ejected in that game, no? We're gonna get back to that later on. Gio Espuelas makes a basket.
Again, another offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity as Bringas almost comes away with a steal.
Bola mananatili sa Muntinlupa, 19-14. Bringas trying to get that steal. Couldn't get it. Coy Alves with a pull-up. No good. Castro is running. James Castro, he likes this game. And that's a charge. Let me just complete my sentence as Castro. This is the charge against him. The elbow straight onto Alba. A make that John Quinto, no? The guy who got ejected was Jong Bondo in their previous matchup.
And you saw that previous play makes James Castro had the opportunity to give it out to Gilmer De La Torre, who was way ahead of him near the basket, but decided to take it by himself. Turn over para sa kanila.
Foul here on the rebound. And that's going to go against Nino Magno. So Magno getting minutes here in the absence of Jong Bondo. Jabil Gabawan replacing RB Bringas as well. We've always talked about this guy, Javi. Koy Alves, an interesting basketball player, very lengthy. He started playing as a center in this season and then eventually transitioned into a small forward.
Well, you know, players like that, of that type of build, really, they're really very versatile because they can play the 5, 4, 3 spots. Maybe he can even slide down to the 2 if needed. Because pag ganyan ang build mo, they are very deceiving because you would think na sobrang lambot ng mga player na ganyan. But you know, we've seen a lot of players in the Mpbl with similar builds, and Koy Alves has definitely typified that kind of body type.
Miss on the layup. Great effort mula kay Nino Magno as he keeps the ball alive. 7-point deficit for Bataan. James Castro, that's short. Magno again.
And just when you thought that today would be the day na hindi mapupuno itong Orion Sports Complex because of the bad weather that we had earlier today, the crowd is here to cheer for their team.
And you can hear them every time something good happens. A miss mula kay Castro, but Magno is there. You talked about the offensive rebounding of RB Bringas. Magno is right up there with him.
Bataan has 9 offensive rebounds in this game.
And we still have 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Quinto steps out of bounds. Bola, mapupunta sa Bataan, down by 5.
Oh, sorry, Mix, make that 11 offensive rebounds while they only have 4 on the defensive glass.
Wow.
Akala ko kanina mali yung binabasa ko eh.
Oh, that's not normal, obviously. As Magno goes inside, no good. Another offensive board, but Gabawan could not control it.
That is crazy, and Muntinlupa should not be able to let this keep going throughout this match because this will spell a lot of doom for them if they keep this going.
Oh, good steal by De La Torre. 2-on-1, Gilmer De La Torre. He's fouled.
2-on-1 situation right there. Had the chance to give it up to James Castro for a free lane because the defense already committed to De La Torre. But itong si Gilmer wanting to take this opportunity to get points for himself. Medyo binuhiyan niya si James Castro na hindi siya pinasahan kanina.
I actually thought he was going to pass it as well. Nevertheless, he makes the first free throw. You mentioned him usually getting the start if Chris Torado doesn't start. But in this game, it's a different situation para kay Coach F. Francisco.
The rotation has greatly changed para sa kanila in this match. Makikita natin, Chris Torado still on the bench.
21-18 is the score. Bataan slowly but surely trimming that lead down. Malabas, John Cantimbuhan against that zone. 6 on the shot clock. Arboleda onto Quinto for 3. That's too strong. Rebound Gabawan. Forward pass to Espuelas. Gio. Oh, that's too strong. Quinto onto Arboleda. Almost walked there. Alano is fouled.
And Mix, you'll see there the hesitation by Arboleda to take the shot, and you're seeing him holding on to that shoulder with the brace there. He had that opportunity to get that shot up, but obviously that shoulder really bothering him.
And Habi, we've talked about this before as well, no, in Muntinlupa, that they have been challenged by their opponents to shoot that three. And do you think that's the main reason why we're seeing a zone from Bataan again?
Definitely, I'm sure Coach F. Francisco has read the stats, has read the box scores, and they're playing the percentages here as they're daring the Cagers to shoot from the outside. What a beautiful pass. Castro to Gabawan.
James Castro, that guy averages 5 assists per ball game, just off of the top 10 in the league. Finding the top rebounder in the team in Jamil Gabawan, 9.1 rebounds per game, good for number 8 in the Mpbl, that time being rewarded for 2 points. The lead has been cut down to 2, 41 seconds remaining here in the first frame. Batiin natin ang team owner ng Bataan na si Mr. Goody Ilagan, Governor Joed Garcia, Vice Governor Chris Garcia, at si Congressman Abet Garcia. Magandang gabi po sa inyo. And again, thank you so much for making all of this possible. Your third game here in the Orion Sports Complex for your MPBL Friday. Quinto with 11 on the shot clock. Great contest by Bataan. 2 guys ahead. And that's a touchdown para kay James Castro.
Now it's continuing to trend here, Migs. Ito Muntinlupa as Castro gets another 2 points of the steal. Ito Muntinlupa giving a lot of fast break opportunities para sa Risers because of their poor transition defense.
10 seconds remaining here in the first frame. Almost another steal. Muntinlupa has to be careful. 5 seconds to go. Does Alba know about it? Katimbuan. Oh, he puts it in for 3.
I thought that was a pass.
Me too. That was not his normal shooting motion. But they'll take the 3-point shot.
A welcome basket para sa kanila as they have been struggling in the past 3 or 4 possessions. Let's look at that again. Sobrang tulis, and I thought it was going off the ring, but it went into the basket. And that basket will definitely count, which brings them back to the leaderboard, 25-24 at the end of the first quarter.
Mula sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, at sa iba't ibang sulok ng mundo, maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Right now, we are live on 1PH at Signal Play, alongside the Facebook and YouTube live streams of the Mpbl. Mix Gomez at your service, alongside Javi Palanya and Sheila Salaysay. Second quarter action between Bataan and Muntinlupa. Two teams are looking to snap their losing streaks in the Mpbl. Muntinlupa was on top at the start of this game, and then Bataan took the lead because of fast break opportunities and offensive rebounds. But because of the three-point shot by that same guy, John Katimbuan, to end the first quarter, they regain the advantage here.
11 points now in the game para sa kanya. Now that is his usual shot. Katimbuan able to knock down back-to-back three-point baskets, getting the first in this second period.
11 big points early in this game para kay John Katimbuan. He's averaging 12 and a half per ball game. So well on pace to surpass that. Violation here against Muntinlupa. Reset tayo dito. 2 free throws para kay Jamil Gabawan. We talked about Jamil Gabawan as the 8th best rebounder in the Mpbl, averaging 9.1 per ball game. That guy was one of the late additions for Bataan as he came from the PBA 3x3 as well. And, you know, that guy had to recover from an ACL injury when he was back in San Juan. So great for him to be a part of this Bataan team. And when we got to talk to him, he was really happy to be a part of this. At ramdam na ramdam niya just how he wants to be a part of this culture.
And he has really done a good job of whipping himself into tip-top shape. Obviously, being the top rebounder of your team is no easy feat. And for him to be doing that coming off an ACL injury, always a very applaudable feat.
Cristorado inside the ball game for the first time. Katimbuhan, that's a tough layup. Score is 28-25. Miscommunication right there, but Torado able to recover. Forward pass, Castro. Balik kay Cristorado. 14 on the shot clock. Castro for 3. Bombs away.
Looks like he knew it was going in the moment it left his hands. James Castro.
7 points in the ball game para kay Astro Boy. Castro had 20 points and 5 rebounds in their previous outing. He's averaging 14.9 points. Good for number 10 in the league as he gives us this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Arrows up and the bullseye for the leading scorer of the Bataan Risers. There's the leading scorer, Muntinlupa, Domark Matiliano answering back.
It's a three-point party early on here in the second quarter. Bataan getting their first three-point shot courtesy of Castro, and then Matiliano answering back on the other end.
6 points para kay Domark Matiliano. Now that guy is coming off a 30-point performance in their previous outing. What an explosion that was. B-Boy Ingyo missing on the layup. Forward pass. 3-on-1. Castro onto Gabawan.
Impressive control for the finish para kay Jamil Gabawan. Finishing with the reverse gamit ang kanyang inside hand.
Lead is 1 point. Alano in trouble here. He spins his way through and he's fouled.
A good answer para sa Muntinlupa to be able to draw the foul on that offensive set. But again, makes poor transition defense, leaving itong si Domark Matiliano disadvantage 3-on-1 on that break by Bataan.
And how about the chemistry between James Castro and Jamil Gabawan? So twice that it has happened. Castro passing that basketball to Gabawan. He has also returned the favor a couple of possessions back. 32-30, Justin Alano at the line. Dahil dyan, ating mga pabati muli. Mayor Charlie Pizarro, Mayor Tony Pep Raimundo, Vice Mayor RJ Puester, Mayor Nelson David, Vice Mayor Richie David, Mayor Francis Garcia, LGU Coordinator Erwin Oximoso, Team Manager Attorney Gary Palmero, Assistant Team Manager Ricky Maliksi, Coordinator Howell Ikban, and Kamaya Coast Executives Mr. Luis Valenzuela. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. 33-30. Kantimbuhan onto Arboleda. Oh, that was way off. Did you see the shooting motion of Arboleda?
Pigil talaga, Mix. That shoulder really bothering him. And it doesn't help na it's on his right, ang kanyang shooting hand.
33-30. But obviously they need him on the floor as their leader. Arboleda is also their best defensive rebounder. Torado, they go to Espuelas. Gio will fire. No good. Almost another offensive board. And they do get another try here. Bataan.
Well, Espuelas has not done well from the perimeter in this game. They have given him a lot of open looks, especially from that angle, but still failing to find the bottom of the net.
Dante Baguio, short. Rebound Arboleda. Numbers for Muntinlupa. Alley-oop. Oh, what a play. That's Kantimbuhan to Matiliano.
Pretty sequence right there from two of their best offensive weapons. Let's see that again.
Gabawan is fouled. And you know what? There's a big argument for Matiliano as one of the best players in the league right now. He brings us his epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Own the win.
What a pretty catch and finish. That was very tough. Kasi underhand niya pa kinuha. Usually, you would shoot that shot off that alley-oop pass with an overhand finish. Pero kinuha niya pa sa ilalim. Ito si Domark Matiliano. Pinahirapan pa.
Matiliano has been very efficient from the field all season long, shooting the ball at a 51% rate. Number 4 in the league in that category, and he's doing that as he's playing so many minutes for Muntinlupa and as a guard. Turnover. Reggie Bilugan with a 1-2.
That slow sidestep to elude the defender. What a great move there by Bilugan. But going back to your point, Migs, itong si Matiliano, always very impressive to see na gwardya ang gumagawa ng kanyang klaseng mga numero.
B-Boy Engio. That's a tough step back. Short. Rebound, Alano. And he's fouled.
The patience of Alano, not panicking inside that shaded area to put up a rush shot. Took his time. And here is that finish by Bilugan over B-Boy Engio, getting his first 2 points of this one.
You can see in his face how young he is. And as soon as he checked in, naghiyawan yung crowd dito sa Bataan. He's obviously one of the favorite homegrowns, the favorite homegrowns dito sa Bataan. As Alano misses the first free throw, there's Coach F. Francisco. A mid-season coaching change para sa Bataan. And speaking of the risers, let's listen in to Sheila Salaysay for this report.
Coach Frederick Francisco identified the factors that aren't going well for the Risers. Atrocious percentage on free throws and 3 points. For the past few games, they played poorly and ran out of steam. Gusto nilang ibahin ang storya ng laro, lalo na nandito sa home court. Start strong and treat the Cagers as a contender for them to have the drive and motivation. Umaangat na lalo ang level of competition ng liga, kaya naman abangan ang pagbabalik nila Bernie Pregonto at Joseph Nalos to help Bataan rise and be back on the winning streak. Mix and Heavy.
Wow, those are big names for Bataan. Offensive rebounding working again. The crowd is just loving it. Bilugan gets the board, and he does it with a smile. Torado slithering through, kicking it out. Gabawan for 3. No good. Another offensive board. Have you ever experienced that? People shouting because of offensive rebounding.
Yeah, the last time I saw that, it was on Scotty Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
But I have never seen a crowd cheer on a rebound play other than Scotty Thompson.
Oh, there are a lot of Scotty Thompsons apparently tonight in Bataan. Turnover right there, and that's a foul. A clear one against Dorado.
Itong Bataan, they have a lot of players in that kind of mold. Ang mga slendermen nila, Itong si Gio Bilugan, Dante Pagio, you have Jetro Sombero, Gio Espuelas as well.
They're also athletic and very energetic on their home floor. And might I just get back to Sheila's report, Bernie Bregondo and Joseph Nalos, those are big names for Bataan.
Medyo kinilabutan ako when I heard their names mix. So ibig sabihin, di pa pala full force
Yes.
itong Risers this season.
1-2 for Torado.
One can only imagine the kind of dent the Risers can make in this regular season with the addition of guys like these that Sheila mentioned. And what a laudable job these crop of players that Coach F. Francisco has at his disposal that they've made to give this team a good positioning in the standings, third in the North.
37-36, Bataan feeling the momentum. Torado against Batiliano, 9 on the shot clock. Is that tapped away? It will remain with the Risers.
And that just goes to show, Mix, that you don't really need big names to be able to catapult you to success. They have proven it, itong Risers this season. I did not expect them to be in this kind of standing at this point of the season.
RV Bringas, no good on the three. He made a three-pointer in the previous game. Sombero. So the offensive rebounding is there, just not necessarily the conversions.
And sinasabi nga natin, wala namang kwenta yung mga offensive rebounds na yan if you don't convert them into second, third chance opportunities.
Defensive board garnered by Dante Pagio, and there's a kick ball against Muntinlupa. Sideline inbound tayo, babalik dito si Harold Alburleda para palitan si Vincent Alba. Tawag muna ng timeout si Coach F. 37-36 is the score. A one-point game here in the Orion Sports Complex. 3 minutes and 39 before halftime. This is a good sign for Muntinlupa. We're seeing Mac Montilla in action for the very first time. And that is such a big thing for the Cagers because Mac Montilla used to be one of the stars in the Mpbl when he played for Parañaque. Obviously, still with a couple of his teammates from that squad, Harold Arboleda, Ivan Villanueva, even Justin Alano. Right now, this is going to be a test as to where his conditioning is for Muntinlupa. Scramble right there. Possession belongs to the white shirts. Mac Montilla is joined by Domark Matiliano, Harold Arboleda. They also have Eugene Madera and B-Boy Engio on the floor. Montilla against Dante Pagio. Lumalabas, Arboleda. He will fire. That's too strong. Good effort by Madera. Another chance. Montilla will fire. Short. Rebound. That's tapped away by Torado.
Oh, I think he just wanted to get that first attempt out of the way, itong si Mac Montilla, just to be able to have a feel for the basket as he was sitting on the bench for the most part of this game. So you could see that he will get more quality opportunities as this game progresses.
Montilla had to recover from a hamstring injury, if I remember correctly, and it took a long time for him. Great to see him back. B-Boy Engio driving right and getting the foul.
Had a speed advantage against RV Bringas, capitalized on it, drove by him, and drew the foul on the challenge. Ito si B-Boy Engio. Inaantay rin natin ito pumutok para sa Muntinlupa Cagers. We were talking about how good an offensive player he was, but obviously he started this season coming off an injury, so still trying to find his rhythm here in this season.
What hurts even more for B-Boy Engyo, who was an all-star caliber player in 2019, is that couple of games in, nagkatamaan sila ni Steven Cudal during practice and he bruised his thigh. Anytime you hit Steven Cudal, oh, that's gotta hurt.
Something is definitely bound to happen.
Oh. Engyo will get another try at the line. We're tied at 37 here. 2 minutes and 49 in the second frame. Again, Muntinlupa with 2 wins and 6 losses. They are looking to snap their 5-game losing skid. Bataan with 7 wins and 4 losses. They are looking to snap their 2-game losing skid. But more importantly for the Risers, it's a battle of positioning already in the North Division. They are currently number 3, but just a couple of games, if they lose some, they will move down in the standings. Teams are catching up in the second half of our season. Bring us. Ball tapped away. Good defense by Muntinlupa. Chance to extend the lead. Engyo, catch and fire. No good. Rebound. Torado. And there's a foul against Bringas.
You see Engyo really very aggressive in this game. He's already had 8 attempts in this one, but still struggling. 1 out of 8 from the field. Ito si B-Boy. But perfect from the free throw line.
Eugene Madera at the line to shoot 2. Ron Lastimosa checking back in. Kasama niya, Chris Torado, James Castro, Jethro Sumbero, and Jamil Gabawan. And again, we would like to echo Sheila's report. Joseph Dalos and Bernie Bregondo set to return for the Bataan Risers in the next games. Lastimosa gets that zone. Gabawan. He tried to go for the high-low. Could not execute it.
Not really sure about that decision. Sombrero didn't really have an advantage.
And there's the high-low that you want. But a sorry miss mula kay Madera. Good steal. That's by Montiliano. Could not complete it though. Torado for 3. That's short. Rebound, Arboleda. No numbers. They go to the other side. B-Boy Engyo, too strong. Back and forth we go. Numbers for Bataan. Torado for 2.
Montilla didn't even try to challenge anymore. Ito si Torado for that easy finish.
B-Boy Engyo staying aggressive here. Talk about this guy who just wants to attack and attack.
I like the effort that he's showing here. That just really shows that he wants to perform well para sa kanyang kupunan. Obviously, isa sa mga inaasahan ni Coach Jules. So they're letting him have his freedom, have the liberty to just get his baskets no matter how hard it may be.
Engyo has already matched his previous game output of 7 points, but he misses the first free throw. Muntinlupa keeping at it with Bataan. You might say that they are underdogs coming into this game, but obviously, with a lot of factors coming in para sa kanilang kupunan, injuries and whatnot, you never know. Wala pa tayo sa peak, no, ng Muntinlupa that we can watch from them. Sombero, baseline drive, basket and 1.
I'm not really sure about that call, Migs. Harold Arboleda didn't really do much to be able to bother that shot. Here's that up fake. Close call.
And that was easy for Sombero to finish, as there was no more help inside. Jethro Sombero, one of the non-homegrowns of Bataan. Tatlo lamang sila dyan. Free throw is good. Just so you guys know, ang tatlong hindi homegrown sa Bataan ay sina Chris Torado, Jethro Subero, at Ron Lastimosa. They're all on the court right now, joining Jamil Gabawan and James Castro. 2-point lead for the home squad under a minute remaining. Castro, kick out, Lastimosa, that's his shot. In and out. Forward pass. Oh, that's just too strong para kay Domark Montiliano.
Already fumbled the ball the first try. Should have waited for his other teammates to go down before giving up that dangerous pass.
42-40. Pass inside, Gabawan. Met by Madera. They go to Castro at the corner. That's short. 36 seconds here before halftime. Montiliano. There's a foul, and that is Jethro Sobero ang matatawagan. Alright, let's give some numbers here, Javi. Montiliano, number 1 in the league in scoring, 19.9. Number 6 in steals, 2.3. Number 5 in fouls received, 4 per game. Number 4 in field goal shooting, 51%. Number 8 in 3-point makes, 2.4 per game. Number 4 in free throw makes per game, 4 per outing, 84% shooting at the line, very efficient. And number 2 in minutes per ball game, 32 per outing. And that is in the top 10 of the whole of the MPBL.
If he keeps this up, Migs, he will definitely cement his place as one of the superstars in this league. Ito si Domark Montiliano. What a season he has been having.
Breakout season para sa kanya. He used to play for Navotas. But as soon as he came to this Muntinlupa squad, as Lastimosa scores inside, if you would ask his teammates, you would ask Ivan Lastimosa, as you take a look, Ivan Villanueva, as you take a look at this layup by Ron Lastimosa, the first thing that he mentioned, or that he will mention to you coming into training camp, is that grabe talaga yung naging improvement in Domark Montiliano, and it is paying off right now in the season.
Definitely, what a great campaign he has been having for the Muntinlupa Cagers. Who would have thought that he would emerge as the top gun para kay Coach Jules Hidalgo with a team that has guys like Mac Montilla, B-Boy Engyo, all-star caliber players here in the MPBL. You even have Harold Arboleda there. So definitely, what a great job para kay Domark Montiliano. Only good things to say for this guy.
Koy Alves at the line. First free throw is good.
So right now, Migs, the next step para kay Domark is consistency. And once he has panned that out, ang next step naman is to embrace the leadership role na ibibigay sa kanya. Siyempre, by default, mangyayari yan when you are the top gun of a team.
Yes. 1 point lead here for Bataan. No more shot clock. 12 seconds to go. Chris Dorado with the basketball. Lumalabas si Espuelas. Down to 7 seconds. They swing it over to Lastimosa. Ron will drive and spin, and he gets the foul.
Lastimosa, he hasn't been lucky from three-point country. It's so far putting the ball on the floor in the past 2-3 attempts, and has been successful in almost all of those. Right now at the line once again for 2 shots.
Chance to extend the lead to 3 points at most, but the first free throw is a miss with 3.7 seconds remaining before halftime in what is setting up to be another thriller here in the MPBL. 2 misses from the free throw line. So Muntinlupa will have a chance to get the lead here with 3.7 seconds remaining. Montilla will be inbounding. They go to Engyo. He steps back. B-Boy Engyo missing that jump shot. And that will do it, folks, for our first 2 quarters of play. It is only a 1-point advantage for the home squad, 44-43. Again, maybe another game that will go down the wire sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.
And this trend favors the Bataan Risers because in all of their wins, it has been close And yung mga pagkatalo nila, malalaki yung disparity. As this guy, James Castro, really led his team once again. 7 points, 3 out of 4 from the field, and 2 assists. What another great job in the first half by James Castro.
And he's coming off a 20-point performance in the previous outing. Remember, he got a cut in his head the fourth quarter against Zamboanga. Got it wrapped up, returned in that game, shows the guts of this guy. And today, he's back to 100% playing for Bataan. 44-43 our score as we turn you over to Sheila Salaysay.
Yes, Migs. James, last game, nagkaroon ka ng injury, a cut on your head. Marami nagtatanong, kamusta ka naman? Pero mukha ka naman daw okay dahil nakapaglaro ka pa. Pero how are you?
Okay naman ako. Medyo meron lang konting sugat. Pero kaya naman. Hindi naman naka-apekto sa game namin yan.
After the first half, medyo dikit ang laro natin. Ano ba sa tingin mo yung magiging factor para sa inyo bumabor itong resulta ng larong ito?
Siguro yung sa defense lang namin, mas aggressive pa kami sa defense and wag masyadong manggigil pagdating sa offense. Tuloy lang namin yung magandang depensa namin ngayon.
At syempre, inaabangan ng mga nandito sa ating venue ang panalo ninyo. Good luck, James. And before we head on to our halftime, panoorin natin sabay-sabay ang ating top 10 plays of the week.
Ends up with Turumingan. Turumingan ahead to Gumaro. And he save it. Nakuha ni Acosta and he scores.
A stop on the next defensive possession. Almost a turnover. Tiptoeing at the baseline. Look at this. Save and assist by Gumaro.
And also the fifth foul. Santa Ana kicks it out. Extra pass. Paul Sanga again. That's Paul Sanga.
Most impressive one right here is how he met the ball. It wasn't the best pass coming from Gumaro, but you see, he turns around. That's something that we didn't see on live play. That's a highlight right there. That's a top 5 to me. Look at this. Hindi ba tumatama na rin? He turns around.
Wow.
First by 29. Gabo, two-man game with Collado. The drive, the kick. Uiloan for 3. Bombs away.
What a very impressive play to punctuate our first half. The screen here by JJ Collado. And Gabo leaving the defense, attracting 2 defenders in the shaded area, leaving Jonathan Oiloan momentarily open. And that's all he needs, just a little daylight. Jonathan Oiloan bombs away from
Dorado ahead to Escuelas. Escuelas spins and puts it in.
Hindi na sinukat yung depensa nitong si Paul Sanga, no? Whether 8 kilos, 10 kilos, 12 kilos, spin cycle washing machine yung galaw na yun.
Ito yung mga bagay na sayang for Manila eh.
Rudy with a shot clock winding down. No problem for the former UE Red Warrior as he careens another 3-point shot in this game. But that denies the screen. Gives a little hesitation, steps back. 3-pointer, good. So good, you have to see it twice. Para kay Rudy Linganay. And Horns play. Tries to get it to Estrella. Moralde forward to Acuna. What a great behind the back to Halyare.
Again, commending your big man kay running the floor. Okay, that's what Eric Acuna did.
Great finish in transition of the great pass by Eric Acuna. We're now under 2 minutes remaining here, ladies and gentlemen. Arellano reads the clock, breaks down Peralta, and finishes the 2! Flashing the 3 fingers in Marcy Arellano. First 2 points of the game, but what a time to come para sa kanya as he puts his team in the driver's seat.
Being defended by Irvin Palencia. Shot clock is at 11. You have to be careful here. Gabo will fire. That's a dagger right there.
On this very floor, Migs, who was the one who pulled him out of a possible grave? The guy that we've been talking about, Hesed Gabo. Again, a clutch moment for him, embracing the biggest times 2 points to extend the lead.
Mamadali. Doesn't have the numbers, but pero Mingan switches hands in midair. And a beautiful finish for the Sarangani guard.
Natawa pa itong si Coach John Calios. Very pleased with that play. And syempre Gagabi Espinas. Look at this one set up.
That's the switch right there. Bringing this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Own the win. Pero Mingan showing us the moves.
Okay, at magagaling na tong mga players na to.
Asidre, blocked right there. And the finish by Malyari. Defense to offense. As we look at this dunk, you just love a big man who plays both ends of the basketball and can finish with authority on the rim.
Yeah, totoo yan.
You're still watching us live from Orion, Bataan for the OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Makakasama natin ngayong halftime attorney Gary Palmero, the team manager of Bataan Risers. Good evening, attorney, and thank you for hosting tonight's game. Ngayon, tulad ng Muntinlupa, you're as patient as you can be for this game. Natapos ang first half dikit ng laro, pero what will be the factor or advantage that your team has para maiuwi yung panalo ngayon?
Siguro tuloy lang yung mahigpit na depensa, tapos intay lang ng breaks of the game talaga. Swertehan lang din.
Meron pa bang ine-expect ng inyong mga fans or ibang manunod ng Mpbl from your team in the next upcoming games?
Siguro yung meron tayong mga bagong players na magagaling sa ibang lugar. Hopefully makarating sila sa mga susunod nating laro.
That will make your game exciting po. I know you have a list of people that gusto nyo pong batiin.
Maraming salamat sa mga nandito nanonood, mga Bataenyos at mga tiga-ibang lugar. Maraming salamat kay Governor Joed Garcia, kay Congressman Abet Garcia, kay Mayor Tony Pep Raimundo, kay Vice Mayor RJ Buster, sa officers ng kamaya ko si Mr. Goody Ilagan, si Mr. Luis Valenzuela. Maraming salamat po sa lahat.
Thank you, Attorney Gary Palmero, the team manager of Bataan Risers. Third and fourth quarter action between these two teams, Muntinlupa and Bataan, sa pagbabalik yan ng OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na! Mpbl na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao.
of this game, Muntinlupa was in control, and their biggest lead was 8 points. Ivan Villanueva and company started off very well in this game. Unfortunately, as soon as the bench came in, the Risers were able to run, and they were also able to capitalize off of those offensive rebounds that they had, and they're feeding off of the energy of the crowd here in the Orion Sports Complex.
Yeah, offensive rebounds have really been a very big thing para sa Risers in this game. It has kept them in this match. In fact, they're ahead by a point right now at the end of 2. And itong si James Castro has also been leading the way offensively para sa kanilang koponan. What a way para sa Muntinlupa to be able to finish that first quarter on that shot by Katimbuhan. They have done a good job from the outside compared sa Bataan Risers, who only have 1 3-point shot to show for, and that is that shot by James Castro after 13 attempts in this game para sa Risers. Samantalang itong Muntinlupa, Domark Mataliano, what a job he has been doing in this game and for the whole season for that matter. But guys like Ristorado coming in from the bench and sustaining the energy, of course feeding from their 6th man, the crowd here at the Orion Sports Complex doing a good job of backing up their crowd. As you see, the numbers after the first 20 minutes of action on your screens, both teams not really shooting well from the field, under 40%. Ang parehong koponan, 31% para sa Muntinlupa Cagers. Itong Bataan naman, 36%. Slightly better lang konti. And the free throws have kept Muntinlupa in this one, 16 out of 21 compared to just 7 out of 14 for Bataan. But ito talaga makes, we have talked about this a lot in the first 20 minutes, offensive rebounds ng Bataan. But then again, yung second chance points halos pareho lang, 12 apiece lang ang parehong koponan. So, when there's offensive rebounds and you have an advantage there, it doesn't really mean anything if you don't convert that into second, third chance opportunities. But Bataan has been doing a good job of capitalizing on the poor transition defense ng Muntinlupa.
So that's why no matter how many times the crowd will roar here because of those offensive rebounds, as long as Bataan is not scoring, they will not be able to build up a lead. James Castro leading the way with 7, Gabawan, Dasimosa, and Bringas trailing him. Katimbuhan and Matiliano in double figures for Muntinlupa, with Engyo and Koy Alves as their 3rd and 4th leading scorers. So again, we would like to remind everyone that Muntinlupa has 2 wins and 6 losses to their name. They have lost their 5 last outings here in the Mpbl. And then on the other hand, Bataan, they have 7 wins, 4 losses, and they've dropped their last 2 assignments. So both of these 2 teams are looking to get back to the winning column. But again, we are in the second half of our Mpbl season, so there are already playoff implications coming in here in the month of August. Third quarter action here. Mix Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Sheila Salaysay. Ivan Villanueva posting up. So, just like how the game started, the first basket of the half comes from Ivan Villanueva.
And at the similar spot as well, this time backing his opponent down at the post and getting the 2 points.
Just giving us a little bit of a celebration afterwards. Sabi niya, maliit ang kanyang bantay on that play. Let's see if we're gonna go back to him again. So the lead is back with Muntinlupa, as it was for most of the first half. They have Villanueva, Engyo, Madera, Katimbuhan, and Alba on the floor. Ivan facing up. Villanueva turning around, trying to pound his way, and that's a charge. Alright, now yan ang sinasabi natin. That's what he's known for. Ivan Villanueva will always challenge the crowd, even if we're not in Muntinlupa.
Oh yeah, and when I played with him, I really dreaded it because he was doing that a lot.
He's still at it. I hope we can zoom in on him. Ayan. He's so used to that.
Even in his days with the Letran Knights in the NCAA, ganyan na talaga si Ivan Villanueva.
I'd like to share you this, Javi. There used to be a talk show before hosted by Miko Halili. It's called The Score. And we made a segment giving the top 5 kontrabidas in the MPBL. And number 1 on the list was Ivan Villanueva.
Number 1, huh?
Number 1. Gio Espuelas making a jump shot here for Bataan. Lead is back with them.
And who are the other 4 players on that list?
I remember Elvin Chan being a part of that list. I think Jenmar Bragais was a part of that list. But it was a long time ago, so I can't remember the whole 5. But Villanueva was number 1 for sure.
Well, one thing is for sure also, Migs, Ivan Villanueva definitely did not change from that.
He loved it.
Kasi sila Jenmar Bagais, medyo nagbago na yung, yung approach sa laro eh.
But they love it. It's nothing negative about them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, what a layup. That's Gilmer De La Torre soaring high for 2.
The stride and the glide right there for the former Arellano Chief. See that again, the steal by Espuelas, the long arms of the law. It ends up with De La Torre striding and gliding.
Balik ang bola sa Muntinlupa. Down by 3 now. This is the biggest lead of the ball game for Bataan. Pick and roll. Villanueva, that's a walk. And he's gonna hear it.
I'm sure he knows it. Ayaw niya lang aminin.
Villanueva, instantly a crowd favorite here in Bataan as a kontrabida. Gabawan, tough layup, could not get it to go. Pass to no one. Inside Bataan goes, Espuelas for 2.
And the chemistry of the Bataan Risers on full display. Look at that. What an excellent find right there. Espuelas with the finish. So nice, you have to see it twice. Giving Bataan their biggest lead of the game. 50-45. 7:55 remaining in the third.
This is still Mpbl Muntinlupa Pilipinas Basketball League. Kahit nakaangat ng konti ang Bataan for this quarter, Coach Jules and the Cagers continue to be patient, and he sees that his guys constantly communicate, which is a huge improvement within the team. Nagtutulungan sila lalo na sa depensa para mabantayan athletic ability ng Bataan, lalo na pagdating sa rebounding. They just need to be more aggressive at this point. Balik sa inyo.
Right on point, Sheila. Tamang-tama. Rebounding has been a story in this ball game. And they're going to have to communicate even better here to try to control Bataan. They force a stop. Lead down to 2 after that 3-point shot. Mula kay Vincent Alba. The spin from Katimbuhan. Tough layup. Oh, he gets the bounce.
What a tough finish right there by Katimbuhan. Kili-kili shot.
On the other end, dumulas ang bola mula kay Gio Espuelas. We're tied at 50. So just like that, Muntinlupa able to erase the lead of Bataan as we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Own the win. Just pure magic right there. Mula kay Katimbuhan, and now it's Villanueva taunting the crowd once more as he scores.
That's 8 points now in the game para sa kanya. Really been playing well in this one.
Miss mula sa Bataan. There's another offensive board. They swing it to De La Torre. Too strong. Rebound, Alba. Numbers. Villanueva's on the right side. He gets it.
And he is well above his average of 7.6 points per ball game. Ivan Villanueva just really igniting the energy in his team, silencing the crowd here in the Orion Sports Complex. Let's look at that finish again. What a great bounce pass with the left hand by Harold Arboleda, and the easy finish 4-2 para kay Ivan Villanueva.
And he goes ahead, celebrating for Muntinlupa, giving a finger heart as well to Javi Palanya. 54-50 our score. We're back here in the Orion Sports Complex where the crowd is just having it with Ivan Villanueva, who has once again emerged as a kontrabida here in the Mpbl. 54-50 our score, 6 minutes and 28 in the third quarter. Whistle here. That's a call against Vincent Alba. So Alba's being joined by Cantimbuan, Arboleda, Villanueva, and Engio on the floor. For Bataan, they have Lastimosa, Castro, Sombero, De La Torre, and Bringas. They go to RV. There's the matchup everyone wants. Are they gonna go back to him? Castro, down the middle. Basket and one.
He had two options on that play. Go to Ron Lastimosa, was wide open on the right corner, but obviously he went for the jugular, went for the 2 points, challenged the defense, got the foul, got the 2 points, and now at the line for an opportunity for an N1.
When everyone else wanted RV Bringas to post up Ivan Villanueva, James Castro had a different idea. Good for him though, because he scores 3 points for Bataan, trimming the lead down to 1.
And those are his first 3 points of the second half.
Oh, that's a turnover against Villanueva. There's that one dynamic that you will experience if Ivan Villanueva plays. By the way, we just saw for the first time, it's John Gerard Sarmiento, a homegrown of Muntinlupa. This is his first game in the Mpbl. Here he is trying to close out Castro. 12 on the shot clock. Lastimosa for 3. That's too strong. Offensive rebounding is still there, and Sombero will score.
Among the threes, itong si Jetro Sombero getting 2 points nonetheless.
Alba, catch and fire. He gets the bounce. Alba has 5 points, all in the third. (56-55). Bringas. Cross court. James Castro. Catch and fire. Short. Rebound belongs to the homegrown. And there's a foul against Ron Lastimosa.
Another proud son of Muntinlupa, itong si Sarmiento. Played para sa kanilang city in a different league already. So really wears that on his sleeve, itong si Sarmiento.
Can he be a spark plug here for Muntinlupa? But they do have the lead. Cantimbuan working with Villanueva. Cantimbuan, what a strong drive.
Oh, you know this guy really wants to better on his performance from the last game. Despite having 14 points, he was only 6 out of 16 from the field, showing a better shooting night. Itong si John Cantimbuan in this game. 6 out of 8 sa laro na to.
And he's already in double figures. Could not complete the three-point play. If you want to talk about most improved players in the Mpbl, kasama siya dyan.
Almost definitely.
58-55.
Of course, we didn't want that injury to Argel Mendoza to happen, but he has taken advantage of the opportunity presented to him and has really risen to the occasion.
Sarmiento numbers para sa Muntinlupa. Alba has been red hot and he continues here in the third quarter.
Scorching right now is Vincent Alba.
And he likes that left wing or left corner. 8 of his points all in this quarter. De La Torre, he answers back. Sarmiento will bring it down. They're up by 3. Contimbuhan commanding things. 2-man game with Villanueva. Getting the switch. Contimbuhan with a drive. What a layup. On the other end we go. James Castro. 1-2. Layup is good.
Arnold Arboleda left all alone there to challenge the streaking James Castro. And nothing really Harold could do there with that injured shoulder.
Arboleda on the other end. Here's Contimbuhan. 10 on the shot clock. Muntinlupa up by 1. Slicing through. Kick out. Arboleda for 3. Could have been a big one para kay Arboleda. That's a foul.
And if you saw before that shot, natamaan si Arboleda on that shoulder, on that screen. But here, the finish in transition by James Castro, specialty of the house.
That's his favorite. Astro Boy on the fly once more. Couple of substitutions here. So for Muntinlupa, they have Domark Matiliano alongside John Quinto, Harold Arboleda, Eugene Madera, and John Sarmiento. Bataan, they have Jetro Sombero, Reggie Bilugan, James Castro, Jamil Gabawan, and Gilmer De La Torre. Bilugan onto Castro for 3. No good. Rebound Gabawan. Almost tapped away. And now it's being brought up by Sarmiento. One guy to beat. Good spin. And the pass. Beautiful play mula kay John Sarmiento.
The control and the poise coming from the new guy. Itong si Sarmiento. Making a good play para sa kanyang teammate.
De La Torre wide open. One guy ahead. Sarmiento, that's tapped away on the recovery. Quinto. Great effort on the floor by the players. They're gonna have to stop this now. Hopefully, it won't escalate.
An impressive feat by both squads. Players really refusing to give an inch. Alam naman natin gaano ka-importante itong laro na to para sa parehong koponan. But obviously, this game, more important for the Bataan Risers as they look to cement their spot in that number 3 position. Ito Muntinlupa, wala pa masyadong sense of urgency kasi medyo maaga pa ang kanilang season. They're only 8 games in compared to Bataan who's already 11 games into this campaign. So it is much more of a win situation para sa Risers compared to Muntinlupa. But obviously, if the Cagers walk away with a victory in this one, hindi nila tatanggihan yun.
Yes. Now, we always talk about winning the winnable games here in the Mpbl. Obviously, that's the case for Bataan. Pero syempre, if you're Muntinlupa and you hear that, you're gonna want to prove everyone wrong. Right now, they're on pace to do that. Up by 3. Bounce pass inside. Almost stolen away. Recovery for Bataan. 2 on the shot clock. James Castro. Oh, what a rebound. That's by De La Torre. Balik kay Castro for 3. No! Arboleda is holding on to his shoulder. Obviously, he's in pain. Matiliano working with Harold. Pick and pop. Arboleda. This will mean a lot to him. Wala pa rin. De La Torre. Bounce pass. Bilugan. And he's fouled.
And just really, what a great job Harold Arboleda is showing in this game. What a great sacrifice. Pwede nyo naman sabihin kay Coach Jules kung ayaw nyo na talaga maglaro, but he's still giving his all in this one despite the injury that he has on his right shoulder. Pero ngayon, it seems the pain has grown to a different level and he asked for a substitution already.
B-Boy Engyo replacing him. Bataan trimming the lead down to 2. And for sure, the VIPs of Bataan are very happy with that. Let's greet some of them. Team owner, Mr. Gudi Ilagan, Governor Joed Garcia, Vice Governor Chris Garcia, Congressman Abed Garcia, Mayor Charlie Pizarro and Tony Pebre Mundo, also Nelson David and Francis Garcia, Vice Mayors RJ Puester and Richie David, LGU Coordinator Erwin Oximoso, Attorney Gary Palmero, and Ricky Maliksi, as a traveling violation is called here against Muntinlupa. And of course, we'd also like to greet from the Special Assistance Program Coordinator Howell Ikban and Kabaya Coast Executive Mr. Luis Valenzuela. Under 90 seconds here, James Castro for 3.
Puts them back in the driver's seat, and more importantly, gives them a 2-point advantage. 15 points now in the game for Astro Boy.
Matiliano, pass onto Madera, that's short. Good rebound by Sarmiento. Mighty effort from the new guy. 5 on the shot clock. Engyo could not answer back. Bataan up by 2. Sombero on the run. He's fouled.
Couldn't finish on the gimme, but nonetheless, he will troop to the line for 2 shots. A missed opportunity by Madera, but they were able to get the offensive rebound. Fortunately, the second chance opportunity did not fall para sa kanila. And right now, Sombero can extend their lead to 4 with these 2 free throws.
Bataan had a 1-point lead entering the second half. They haven't led much here. And if they did, it was only by a single possession. It has been a tight game all match long. Another gift here from the basketball gods para sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. There's a tech here against Muntinlupa because of 2 warnings of unsportsmanlike behavior. So Castro will proceed to the line. Castro 83% at the line in this season, making 3.5 free throws per game. 6th best in the league in that department. And I'm so sorry for saying that. Because he misses the technical free throw.
I was just about to say that's not something you want to happen at this point of the match. Kung saan nagdidikdikan kayo, you're fighting for the lead. Patapos ang third quarter dito. I was about to say that could have been a turning point in this match that could put Bataan ahead for good maybe. But Castro misses on the technical free throw, as well as that free throw by Sombero.
Yes. Kick out. Pass too high para kay Domark Matiliano. Pasok dito for the first time. We have Julius Garcia para kay James Castro. He will finish the quarter. Bataan up by 2. 40 seconds here remaining in the third. Against that zone. Sombero lumalabas. Torado looking for a teammate. He's gonna get the ball back. 12 on the shot clock. Torado still has it. Torado leaning in. Oh. Oh. Almost a put-back dunk from Bataan. Sombero was there. 67-63. 17 seconds to go. Matiliano on the drive. Pass inside to Sarmiento. And he's fouled.
No, I'm sure Belugan wanted to take that one back. He thought he had the block, but Sarmiento hanging in the air, just the right amount of time to be able to free himself from Belugan and get the foul instead on the arm.
John Sarmiento inserted only in the second half, providing valuable minutes here para kay Coach Jules Hidalgo. He is a spark plug off the bench. He hasn't scored that much, but in terms of the intangibles that we always talk about, he has done it very well. Lead cut down to 2. 10 on the game clock. Torado. Inside he goes. Kick out. Garcia for 3. Yes, sir!
Well, everybody just really coming to play para sa parehong koponan in this game. What a beautiful effort being shown by everyone who has stepped onto the floor here in the Orion Sports Complex.
His first 3 points in the ball game. Another homegrown coming alive here in the Orion Sports Complex. A beautiful find as well mula kay Chris Dorado. Take a look at some highlights in the third. Remember, we started this quarter with Bataan up by 1. The biggest lead in the first half with just 2 points. Now they're up by 5 entering the fourth.
26 points in that third quarter para sa Bataan. But ito Muntinlupa not lagging far behind. They have 22. And the Risers slowly starting to pull away. But the question is, will this favor the Risers in the long run getting this victory? Because most of their wins have been courtesy of close margins.
70-65 our score. We'll be back for your fourth and final frame. Mula sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao at sa iba't ibang sulok ng mundo, maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Mix Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Sheila Salaysay for your Mpbl Friday. Muntinlupa versus Bataan as we give you your fourth quarter action. Bataan ang may kalamangan. They're up by 5. Domar Matiliano missing the first shot here. And they're starting with Cantibuhan, Matiliano, Sarmiento, Villanueva, and Engio. For Bataan, they have Bilugan, Torado, Garcia. And they also have Sombero and Gabawan on the floor. One of the rare times na nagsabay sina Domar Matiliano and John Cantibuhan. Another miss and another offensive rebound here para sa Bataan. That has been a story in this game. Garcia, finally, he makes another one.
Missing on the previous attempt, not afraid to throw it up once again from three-point country. Itong si Garcia, just the confidence to be able to put that shot up.
Biggest lead of the game para sa Bataan Risers, and they get the stop here. Oh, stolen away, could not be completed by Muntinlupa. Sombero is on the floor, got hit in the face, but he seems to be okay. Bataan against that zone. Torado has it. They go to Bilugan. Pass inside, that's tapped away.
Small 5 on the floor here para sa Muntinlupa, with Villanueva acting as the 5 guy. And here Arboreda checking back into the game. Oh, he loses the shoulder brace. Tingnan natin if that will affect in any way yung kanyang offensive game. He's had a number of attempts from three-point country, a lot of those open ones.
Bilugan, wide open. Too strong. Rebound Matiliano. Can Muntinlupa convert here? Domar Matiliano. No foul.
That's a forced shot. A lot of defense right there.
Torado slithering his way through. Oh, what a layup by Chris Torado.
Smallest guy on the floor, making the biggest basket yet for his team.
Regardless if he started this game or not, he always brings 110% of his game. Pass inside. Villanueva, kick out, 5 on the shot clock. Cantibuhan, the drive, layup is too strong.
Oh, what a sorry miss para sa kanya. That was a very makeable basket, and that was his kind of shot.
Dorado again.
Look at that, in and out, the dribble, and getting it over to defenders. This was the first basket, and here's the other one. A little bit of hesitation, the sidestep, and the finish with the left para kay Cristorado. 8 points and 8 assists in this game. What a performance from him coming off the bench.
Biggest lead of the ball game for Bataan, 77-65. An early 7-0 run here for the Bataan Risers in the fourth quarter as he got to look at some of the VIPs in the Mpbl. Cristorado responsible for a couple of those points. 8 points and 8 assists so far para sa kanya. And Javi, how many bench points does Bataan now have?
54 already makes compared to just 21 para sa Muntinlupa. A far cry from the 11 that they put up against Zamboanga.
Oh, great effort by Bataan. They get another stop. Muntinlupa is still scoreless in the fourth. And this guy has been red hot. They go to Espuelas. Gio, short on the mid-range. Can the Cagers finally have an answer? Pass inside, Alano, good fake.
It has been a frustrating outing para kay Gio Espuelas in this one. Hasn't really gotten his shots off. And mind you, these were a lot of open shots para sa kanya from angles he usually makes from. But he has just not found the bottom of the net. And dun pa, fouling Justin Alano on that defensive play.
Justin Alano, he is one of the best free throw shooters for Muntinlupa. Can he be a spark here in the fourth and final frame with 7 minutes and 11 remaining? Bataan, before this fourth quarter, they haven't net by more than 5 points. So, obviously, a great start for them in the opening minutes of the fourth. But can they continue here? One thing going good for them is that they have the crowd who obviously have their backs once again dito sa Orion Sports Complex.
A late violation right here against Espuelas.
Lead down to 10. 6 points para kay Justin Alano. Balik tayo kay Cristorado. Spin. Another beautiful move.
That was just nasty. And you were talking about VIPs earlier, makes itong si Cristorado turning in a VIP, a very important performance.
Oh, wow. No one expected him to explode like this in the fourth quarter, to the delight of the crowd, giving us a couple of moves that will surely be a part of the top 10 in the Mpbl, the plays of the week that we have. And here he is once more. A lot of time for him to continue giving us these highlights. 79-67. Garcia, who has 2 threes to his name. They go to Castro. James will fire.
Well, throughout this game, the three-point shot hasn't really been kind to them. But in this second half, especially towards the tail end of that third and here in the fourth, it has definitely given them a lot of cushion. Now up by 15 again, 82-67.
We started this quarter with Bataan up by 5 points. They have a 10-point advantage already. Just 4 minutes gone by. Arboleda, the drive and the kick that's tapped away. That defense of Bataan really giving Muntinlupa a hard time.
And that shoulder really bothering Arboleda. Usually you would see Harold attract the defense and try to make something going inside that shaded area, but instead kicking it out right away on that left corner.
Pass inside. Basket and one for Justin Alano. But they're gonna need a lot more than that. But first, it has to start on the defensive end where Chris Torado has been giving us a show. Tingnan natin itong replay na to. Kantimbuhan finding his big man, Alano, who scores inside plus the foul.
You know, this is something that Kantimbuhan has not really done a lot in this game, setting up his teammates, making plays para sa kanila. We've seen it. We've seen him do it a lot in a lot of games this season. But I feel like in this game, medyo kulang pa yung kanyang playmaking.
And he's being outplayed by Chris Torado, especially here in the fourth. James Castro. Inside they go to Jethro Sombero, matched up against Justin Alano. Jethro trying to pound his way, and that's 2 free throws for him.
I don't see the need for Muntinlupa to foul on that one. They had a lot of defenders waiting to clamp down on Sombero in the middle. But Matiliano coming away with a push here.
At ngayon palang babalik si RV Bringas.
Oh, I'm sure very well rested itong si RV Bringas. At tatapusin niya na most likely itong laro para sa Bataan. Put on the finishing touches for the Risers. Let's see how the Cagers will respond to this, down by 12.
RV Bringas is joined by Jethro Sombero, Chris Torado, James Castro, and Gio Espuelas. For Muntinlupa, they have Justin Alano, Ivan Villanueva, Domark Matiliano, John Kantimbuhan, and Harold Arboleda. Double-double here para kay Jethro Sombero. He gets another board. And they find James Castro for 3. No! Rebound Arboleda. Layup. No good. Alano is there. And he will go back to the line.
At the line, shooting 2, Justin Alano.
Justin Alano missing the first free throw. Second one is good. Pasok dito si Dante Pagio, papalitan si Jethro Sombero. They have a 12-point lead with 5 minutes and 20. Five minutes and 10 now. RV Bringas against Ivan Villanueva. Everyone's been waiting for that. Espuelas on the catch. No good. There's a foul here against Muntinlupa. Make that Bataan.
Villanueva holding on to his nose momentarily. That's a 14th foul on Bataan. This is something that the Cagers can capitalize on in the last 5 minutes of this game. Still a lot of basketball to be played.
Foul number 4 as well para kay RV Bringas. He has to be careful. Kantimbuhan onto Alano. Ball slipped away. It will remain with the white shirts, but they're down by 12 here with 10 on the shot clock. Baseline inbound. Arboleda will do the honors. Lumalabas si Harold. Arboleda thought about it. He drives, speed onto Alano. 2 defenders, great challenge. And they force a stop.
That was a great setup by Arboleda. But again, if he didn't have that shoulder injury, that would have been Harold challenging the defense, going up for those 2 points. But nevertheless, Alano couldn't finish despite getting those 2 defenders up in the air. A wasted opportunity still para sa Cagers.
Balik dito si B-Boy Engyo to replace Justin Alano. Smaller lineup for them. Tao-tao na tayo. James Castro, right-handed layup, too strong. Rebound, it ends up with Baguio. And a fadeaway shot coming in mula kay Dante Baguio.
What a great player to have, a guy like Dante Baguio coming in, grabbing those offensive rebounds, giving you the intangibles away from the box scores.
It's amazing how athletic he is. You know, surprising a lot of people here in the Mpbl. Back to the post, bringing us against Villanueva. A matchup for the ages. And the ball goes out of bounds.
Well, it has not lived up to its billing so far in this game. Villanueva has outplayed Bringas, who only has 5 points. But RV hasn't had to do much because of the contributions of his other teammates. Just like that guy, Dante Baguio.
Unfortunately, Ivan Villanueva will have to sit down here as Madera checks back in. Katimbuhan escapes. Layup, no good. Bataan is running. Castro, pass to Gabawan. Good block by Matiliano. Can they trim the lead? They're down by 14. Matiliano with a spin, and that's a walk. Great defense by Cristorado.
So talaga nasusukat na dito itong si Domark Matiliano, the leading scorer of the MPBL so far. Like you mentioned earlier, Migs, but only has 10 points to show for in this game. The defense, Bataan really clamping down on him, forcing other guys to be the go-to guy para sa Muntinlupa.
How about Cristorado? Patuloy ang magandang nilalaro dito sa fourth quarter. He extends the lead to 16 points with 3 minutes and 21 remaining.
Slowly but surely, they are pulling away here. Lefty against lefty, but the smaller guy getting the better of that matchup. What a move right there by Cristorado. 12 points now in the game. Timeout muna tayo.
He has been nothing short of spectacular here in the fourth quarter. Cristorado exploding with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 8 assists. Most of those have come in the fourth and final frame, and they've also come in highlights.
Oh yeah, definitely spectacular play after spectacular play. Cristorado coming up with another great performance para sa Bataan Risers.
And remember, this is just after he has been losing his minutes, no? Para sa Bataan, they've been winning this quarter 17-8 now because of that basket by Madera. We talked about the point guard situation for Bataan at the start of this game. They did not have any natural point guards in their starting 5. And then of course, the first one to come off the bench was Gilmer De La Torre. Pangatlong pasok ito, si Cristorado.
That's why it's very impressive. That's a testament to staying ready itong si Cristorado. No matter what time you come off that bench, you're ready to play.
There's a foul here. Torado admitting to it. Away from the ball. Penalty na. That's why he has to apologize to Coach F. Francisco. But it looks like they're going to leave him on the floor as he has been playing very well here in the fourth frame. Oh, what a pull away this has been for Bataan in the fourth quarter.
And this just goes to show kung sino ang mas batikan team dito sa MPBL. Obviously, itong Muntinlupa still has a lot to learn in this season. But Bataan really consistent in showing what they are really made of if this continues, Migs, they will definitely cement their place as the number 3 team in the North.
Bataan currently with 7 wins and 4 losses. Back-to-back defeats in their 2 previous outings. Muntinlupa, they have a 5-game losing streak on their own. But can they pull off a miracle here? 2 minutes and 18 remaining. Torrado! That's too strong. Recovery by Madera. Possession belongs to Muntinlupa.
Oh, imagine if that 3-point shot went in. I wonder how loud this crowd would roar.
And it's always great to see the small but terrible players make an impact. Obviously, Chris Torrado is part of a group here in the Mpbl of small point guards who have excelled so much in this season. As this last 2 minutes is brought to you by Embassy Whiskey. Chill muna tayo. And you know that, Javi, that group with Keanu Caballero, Topeng Lagrama, ang liliit na mga gwardya, pero napakagagaling.
And that just gives a lot of entertainment, especially to our fans, because these players are the ones that are relatable sa ating mga fans. Kasi, you know, not a lot of Filipino players are 6 foot and above or at 5'8 and above actually. Ano lang ba ang height ng mga to? Mga 5'6",
Right.
5'5".
Right now, Muntinlupa closing in. It's down to an 8-point lead with 96 seconds remaining. Take a look at the replay. Domark Matiliano finding Eugene Madera. The question is, do they have enough left in the tank to pull off a comeback? Bataan calls for time. We'll be back for the rest of your 4th frame. Back here in the Orion Sports Complex, 96 seconds to go. 87-79 our score. Bataan with the lead. Chris Torrado just taking over here in the 4th quarter. Remember, at the start of the 2nd half, they were up by 1. The start of the 4th, they were up by 5. And they built a double-digit lead early in the 4th. Unfortunately, because of plays like this, Muntinlupa, they have been able to cut the lead down. More whistles here. Gio Espelas pleading his case na wala siyang ginawa as extra motion. Let's see what the call will be. So this was a turnover.
Let's look at the play here. And then this was the foul given up by Espuelas. A clear call. Got him on the arm. Itong si Madera. And there is the act. Yeah. You cannot point at the referee. No matter what you say, you cannot point at the referee. But Matiliano missing on the technical. Important free throws right now for Muntinlupa. Had he made that and Madera 6 these next 2, could have been down to a 5-point advantage. Still a lot of time remaining.
First free throw is good para kay Eugene Madera. Lead is down to 7. No more timeouts remaining for Muntinlupa. There's 1 left para sa Bataan. Muntinlupa's not in the penalty, but Bataan is. 90 seconds to go. Espuelas, he has been struggling all night long. Almost a double dribble right there. Torrado, screen up top. 10 on the shot clock. Gio, he will fire. Off the mark. But they get the board. James Castro, short. Rebound. It belongs to Muntinlupa. Can they cut through? Numbers. Arboleda. They go to Alba. Vincent Alba. Boy, that guy has been red hot in the 3rd. Could have been a big one if he hit that 3. Bataan closing in. Kick out. Espuelas again. Another miss, but there is a call. Tatawagan dito si Domark Montiliano, but again, Muntinlupa is still not in the penalty. That was only their second foul in the fourth. Fans starting to leave here as they secure or as they near securing this 8th win of the season, the Bataan Risers. Another foul here. Again, they do have fouls to give.
We're trying to get to the penalty here and make the Risers shoot free throws. 14 left on the shot clock.
Torado. 9 on the shot clock. Still has it. Screen up top. Chris Torado with 5 to work with. They go to Jethro Sombero. Torado on 2. Baguio for the dagger.
Assist number 9, and more importantly, piercing the hearts of the Muntinlupa Cagers in this game. Alba trying to get it back, and he does.
24 seconds on the game clock. That's the last foul to give para sa Muntinlupa. So no more shot clock here. It's a 7-point lead.
And Migs, nakita natin Harold Arboleda walking up to Vincent Alba, who was really frustrated when he missed that 3-point shot, the first one on that left corner. Trying to console him and tell him that he still played a great game in this one.
You know, Javi, as much as we talk about Muntinlupa needing shooters, do you think this is a breakout game for Vincent Alba?
Oh yeah, definitely. Only had 3 points in their last game in a starting role. But obviously he has had a lot more numbers in this one, playing almost 17 minutes. And maybe a discovery of a gem itong si Vincent Alba para kay Coach Jules Hidalgo. So look to him to have more minutes throughout this season.
And he might just be the shooter that they need. 15 seconds to go. They go to Engyo. He has to fire. A miss. Arboleda kicks it out. Alba, he will put it up. Offensive rebounding is working here. Last second. And that's going to do it. The Bataan Risers trail for most of the first half. They take control in the third quarter, but they dominate in the fourth and final frame, led by Chris Torado. Almost a double-double for him, and more importantly, as you said, they solidify their position in the North Division standings. They snap their 2-game losing skid, and they move up with 8 wins and 4 losses to their name.
And you know why fourth quarter is called winning time? This is really the moment where it matters the most. And this guy delivering a very important performance. 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 8 assists for the smallest man on the floor para sa Bataan Risers.
This player of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the Mpbl. With OKBet, own the win. Chris Torado just stealing away that Best Player of the Game award in the fourth and final frame, giving us a show. Couple of highlights here and there. Spin moves, layups to the delight of the crowd. And what another beautiful day it has been para sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. The Bataan Risers move up with 8 wins and 4 losses. Now Muntinlupa will go down to 2 wins and 7 losses. This is their 6th straight loss of the season. But the question is, can they bounce back? Maybe this was the coming out game of Vincent Alba. How will that shoulder go on or improve para kay Harold Arboleda? Can Mac Montilla be in better condition? Let's see what's gonna happen for Muntinlupa. But right now, we celebrate the victory of Bataan and our best player of the game, that's si Chris Torado. Sheila, go ahead.
tangkad ng pakiramdam ko ngayon. Bakit hindi? I'm with the best player of the game, Chris Torado. Chris, congratulations! First half, dikitan ng lamangan, pero natapos yung laro na to. Ang laki ng inabante ninyo. Ano ba yung ginawa nyo para pagtabuhan itong larong to?
Sabi kasi ni Coach, depensa lang kami, tsaka execute lang namin yung play. Yun lang sinabi sa amin.
This is your fourth time dito sa home court ninyo. Third time yung manalo. Ngayon lahat ng nasa team nakapag-contribute, pero ikaw, yun, nag-init ka pagdating ng fourth quarter.
Wala, ano lang, nilaro ko lang yung laro ko eh. Tapos, yun ang sabi ni Coach, tuloy-tuloy lang, ayun lang, execute nyo lang yung play.
Ito na pagkakataon magpasalamat sa lahat ng sumuporta na nandito sa inyo sa venue. Siyempre lahat ng nanonood sa live.
Una-una binabati ko yung asawa ko, si Darlene, yung Villarisco family, Torado family, si Gob Joel, si Kong Abet, si Boss Goody, Ilagan, yun lang po.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, our best player of the game, Chris Torado. And this player of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the Mpbl with OKBet. Own the win. Mix and Happy?
Thank you, Sheila. Chris Torado coming off the bench as the third string point guard of Bataan in today's ball game, coming alive. He is our best player. Tomorrow, we will be in Pampanga. Rizal versus Bacolod, Mindoro versus Jensen, and the Giant Lanterns defending their home court against a new-look squad, Imus City Bandera. Kita-kits bukas sa Brengyao Convention Center for another triple header of your MPBL. We thank you for joining us. Another beautiful day it has been dito sa Orion Sports Complex. In behalf of my partner na si Abby Palanyar, courtside reporter na si Sheila Salaysay, my name is Mix Gomez at ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.